Sycosis Miasm in the 7th house with Rahu aspect or conjunction, hormonal and planetary influences. The 7th house governs libido, sexual habits, sexual drive, and the external sexual organs such as the vagina and penis. It also relates to sexual preferences, the pelvis, lower back, kidneys, and gonadal hormones like estrogen and testosterone. Under the Sycosis Miasm, the influence of this house can result in excessive growth, overactivity, and compulsive behaviors related to sexual health, emotional bonding, and reproductive functions. When Rahu aspects or conjoins planets in this house, it magnifies these tendencies, leading to amplified sexual energy, abnormal conditions, and obsessive behaviors around intimacy and relationships. Sun Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm. Excessive sexual energy and reproductive health issues. The Sun governs vitality and sexual health, particularly influencing the gonads and reproductive organs. Rahu's amplifying effect leads to excessive sexual energy, resulting in compulsive sexual behaviors or hypersexuality. There can also be hormonal imbalances related to testosterone and estrogen, causing problems like low libido or sexual dysfunction. Overactivity of the kidneys and lower back strain. Rahu's influence on the Sun can lead to overactivity of the kidneys, resulting in conditions like kidney stones, urinary tract infections, or lower back pain due to strain on the reproductive system. Physical manifestations. Hypersexuality, reproductive health issues, and hormonal imbalances affecting sexual organs. Kidney problems and lower back strain due to overactivity of the kidneys and reproductive system. Mercury's Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm. Nervous system overstimulation and sexual habits. Mercury governs the nervous system and communication, and with Rahu's influence in the 7th house, there can be an overstimulation of the nervous system, leading to obsessive thoughts about relationships, sexual habits, or intimacy. The individual may experience nervousness or anxiety around sexual performance, leading to mental stress or communication issues with their partner. Compulsive focus on sexual health and intimacy. Rahu's amplifying effect on Mercury can result in a compulsive focus on sexual health, communication in relationships, or performance. This mental overactivity may lead to stress-related sexual dysfunction or problems with sexual communication. Physical manifestations. Nervous tension and stress-related sexual dysfunction with anxiety about intimacy. Obsessive focus on sexual health and communication issues, leading to relationship strain. Saturn's Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm. Chronic sexual health issues and emotional detachment. Saturn governs chronic conditions and suppression, and when combined with Rahu in the 7th house, it leads to chronic sexual health problems, like impotence, infertility, or reduced libido. There may also be emotional detachment in relationships, with difficulty forming deep emotional bonds. Rigid attitudes towards intimacy and sexual habits. Saturn's restrictive nature, paired with Rahu's obsessive tendencies, leads to rigid or compulsive behaviors around intimacy and sexual performance. The individual may become overly fixated on controlling sexual habits or become emotionally distant due to fear of intimacy. Physical manifestations. Chronic sexual health issues, such as impotence or infertility, and emotional detachment from intimacy. Rigid sexual habits and difficulty forming emotional bonds, leading to emotional and sexual suppression. Moon's Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm. Emotional overactivity and intimacy issues. The moon governs emotions and emotional bonding in relationships. Rahu's influence can cause emotional overactivity or compulsive emotional responses in intimate relationships, leading to emotional instability and problems with intimacy. This can manifest as mood swings or emotional dependence on a partner. Fluid retention and sexual organ health. Rahu amplifies the moon's control over fluid balance, leading to fluid retention in the pelvic region, which can result in swollen sexual organs, urinary issues, or reproductive health concerns related to water retention. Physical manifestations. Emotional instability, mood swings, and compulsive behaviors in relationships affecting intimacy. fluid retention in the pelvis, leading to reproductive health concerns or swollen sexual organs. These planetary influences of Rahu in the 7th house under the Sycosis Miasm lead to sexual health issues, emotional instability, obsessive behaviors, and chronic conditions related to intimacy, with Rahu amplifying the tendencies towards excessive energy and compulsiveness in relationships and sexual health. Venus Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm, overindulgence in relationships and sexual activity. Venus governs love, pleasure, and relationships, and under Rahu's influence, there is a tendency toward overindulgence in intimacy and sexual activity. This can lead to compulsive behaviors in romantic relationships with an excessive focus on physical pleasure and sexual satisfaction, sometimes resulting in emotional imbalance or dissatisfaction. Hormonal imbalances and reproductive health issues. Rahu's influence on Venus can cause hormonal imbalances related to estrogen and sexual function, leading to reproductive health issues such as ovarian cysts, menstrual irregularities, or libido fluctuations. Physical manifestations. Compulsive sexual behaviors and emotional dissatisfaction in relationships due to overindulgence. Hormonal imbalances, reproductive health concerns, and libido fluctuations. Jupiter plus Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm. Excessive optimism and indulgence in relationships. Jupiter governs expansion, growth, and optimism, and with Rahu's influence in the 7th house, there can be excessive indulgence in relationships and sexual activity. The individual may overestimate their ability to maintain multiple relationships or engage in risky sexual behaviors, leading to emotional complications or health risks. Compulsive focus on relationship growth and expansion. Rahu's influence on Jupiter can result in a compulsive desire to expand the scope of relationships, leading to issues like emotional overinvestment or unrealistic expectations in romantic partnerships. This can create emotional strain or health problems related to stress in relationships. Physical manifestations. Risky sexual behaviors and emotional overinvestment in relationships, leading to health complications. Excessive indulgence and emotional strain due to unrealistic expectations in relationships. Mars Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm, aggressive sexual energy and impulsive behaviors. Mars governs physical energy, sexual drive, and aggression, and Rahu's influence amplifies these traits. This can lead to excessive sexual energy or impulsive sexual behaviors, potentially resulting in emotional conflicts or health problems like sexually transmitted infections or injuries from reckless sexual activity. Impulsive emotional reactions in relationships. Rahu enhances Mars' impulsive nature, causing emotional volatility and aggression in relationships. The individual may experience anger or frustration in response to intimacy issues, leading to conflicts or emotional distance from their partner. Physical manifestations, excessive sexual energy, reckless sexual behaviors, and health risks such as STIs or physical strain. Emotional volatility and aggressive reactions in relationships, causing conflicts or emotional distance. Venus plus Jupiter, Rahu in the 7th house, Sycosis Miasm, excessive indulgence in pleasure and emotional imbalance. The combination of Venus, Jupiter, and Rahu leads to overindulgence in relationships and pleasure, causing emotional imbalances and relationship strain. The individual may overindulge in sexual activity or become emotionally over-reliant on their partner, resulting in compulsive behaviors and dissatisfaction in romantic life. Hormonal imbalances and reproductive health concerns. Rahu amplifies the influence of Venus and Jupiter on the reproductive system, leading to hormonal fluctuations and health issues such as menstrual irregularities, reproductive organ disorders, or libido imbalances. Physical manifestations. Emotional over-reliance on relationships, leading to compulsive sexual behaviors and relationship strain. Hormonal imbalances, reproductive health issues, and emotional dissatisfaction in romantic life.